Hey you, it's Jess here and we're doing our usual plan with me this week for the week of March 13th through the 19th. And I'm using the Scribble Prints Co Dead Inside kit because, I don't know, I really like this kit, I wanted to reuse it, and it has a cat in it, so I thought it'd be perfect for my cat Heidi's birthday, which is on the 15th. Usually it takes precedence over St. Patrick's Day because I don't celebrate it. I mean, it's never been a holiday, I think, really outside of America, I feel like. But yeah, so I didn't end up putting that in my planner, but this is all about Heidi this week and being alternative dead inside girl. And I'm going to pair this with a sparkly hollow I picked up. I'm just using a confetti foil bundle from Scribble Prints Co. A chunky hollow for that one, and a chunky sparkle. And then I'm going to pair it with some Planner Choco cat bottom washi, which I thought turned out super cute, just to add a little bit more touch of cat to the set. But yeah, so not too much else. I guess also the Planner Choco hole reinforcers. Yeah, I think that's it. And I just brought in some line boxes from SPC as well for the double box. Okay, I think that's everything. I'm obviously going to be doing the base for a little bit, and then we'll be joining me talk through the rest of the week. It's currently like 4 p.m. Sunday, so I'm doing this just before dinner. And yeah, so I haven't finished out Sunday, but we'll do most of Sunday because we've had a big day already today. So what did I do this week? Mostly just worked. I got a custom all done. Took me quite a bit of work. This one was very intensive, but I did get it done eventually. And I also did this whole thing where I tried to refresh my sleeping, so I slept. I was getting up early and working during the day and going to sleep at a normal time. I think the first day I woke up at 6:30 a.m., but by the time I went to bed at like 10 p.m., I wasn't tired anymore. So I had a rough night of sleep that night, but then kind of evened out to going to sleep about midnight and waking up at 9 a.m., which isn't bad. But yeah, so I did all the work for this custom during the day somehow. Trying to change up, the way I'm doing things, because you can't just stay up late all the time. So yeah, we've been changing that up. But so that was kind of this week. I was also doing a whole week where I don't look at anything except for the only sites I was looking at were Instagram, YouTube, Pinterest. I was staying away from my celebrity gossip news, and I was staying away from my Twitter. A little bit of Facebook I did pop in just to look at wax stuff, but that's about it. So, and it felt good. Felt good not to be, because I was reading hours and hours of Twitter and other things, and it just made me mad. So this week I also stopped doing those sites, and it was good. But I think we can start with the base now and start on the paper. Hello, it's me. On the sidebar, I just put happy birthday and the little Heidi sticker. Oh, and I used a quote that says, it was like an emo quote, and it says, "It's always you in my big dreams," which is one of my favorite Something Corporate songs, Constantine. I just felt like that could go there, so, but yeah, we're going to get started on the week. We got our typical Coffee Monday, and then we're gonna have our plan with me, and then what really triggered getting up early on Tuesday was that I was up super late and I watched the Oscars. I don't usually watch the Oscars, to be honest, but I was interested because I really love the film Everything Everywhere All at Once. And I was also, rooting for Brandon Fraser. So I wanted to check out the Oscars, and Ule, which is like the main public broadcaster here, was playing it online live. So I was able to watch it through there, but it started at 2 a.m. So I think it finished close to 6 a.m. Around 5, 6 a.m. So yeah, I stayed up all night watching the frickin' Oscars. But it didn't let me down. It also made me think that I really need to watch All Quiet on the Western Front. Because it won a lot of awards, so I want to check it out. So I just put the Oscars there in the morning. I did actually do some work as well. So we'll put in work. Is this what I want to put it in with? Yeah. I remember this is an old format, so it might be a little bit of a struggle to get this all going, but so I did some work. I slept from 6 to, I don't know, I think I got up at like 12, so I didn't sleep very much this night. So I went to bed early, which helped me get up early the next day. And that kind of did my reset, you know? So we're just going to put in that we did our work using this really perfect Less Than Misfit tablet, iPad, and then just using the work scripts from the foil bundle. And then I just have this little cute, I broke out my Halloween stickers to do this week, so I got the little ghost bag from a party sheet in Halloween time to do groceries because they were delivered. And then just using some of the sparkly icons up. Just put tied if I went to bed early that night. And then this was watching Abbott Elementary. We finally have some of season 2. I think episode 19 just aired in the States, and we just got the first 10 episodes finally uploaded like this weekend. So we watched an episode here, and then we binge watched the rest of the season on Tuesday. But we were super into it on that day. What am I gonna do to mark payday? Just do a little thing, I guess. Tuesday is always payday. Then we have work. I did my work this day, and then while I worked, I did some reading. Still reading Caliban's War. And I think I've got like 10 hours left of this book. A lot. But I'm getting through it. So you have payday, you have work. Yeah, literally like, I got up at 6:30, had my coffee, watched a little YouTube just to like, get my head into a good space. And then I just spent almost the whole day working, which was pretty nuts. It's not usual for me. But then, in the afternoon, I had a nap, and then we binged watch Abbott Elementary. And that's all that's left for the day. You'd think there'd be more in a day. I got up at 6:30, but nope. Nope. That was it. Oh, I guess I can fit this in here. Yeah, fitting all the big boxes. So I'm just using a scribbler for the nap. I needed that nap because, I'd gotten up so early. And then we're going to put in a binge watch. I might cut this in half. And then we finished up Abbott Elementary. I'm not sure which day it actually updates with new episodes. I assume it's going to be weekly now that they've dumped a whole bunch on us. But that is a fun comedy to watch. I'm so glad we finally get to watch some of it. I've been having to avoid spoilers and whatnot. Then on Wednesday, I think I got up early-ish this day. But we have the Plan With Me went up, and then obviously Wednesday was Heidi's birthday. My precious birthday baby. She turned 8, so we're going to put a bigger box for that. And we did some cleaning on this day, so we'll put that in. Just love marking my videos with my Clever Girl Craft hearts. I didn't used to with the hollow ones, but I finally got some hollow colors so I can use them on these kind of weeks. And these balloons are from Bare Necessities Sticker Co, and they're just so cute and perfect for the spread. I love that. Heidi is, because I've already put happy birthday here, I'm just going to put Heidi as 8. Yay, my girl's growing up. She's getting old. So the bottom here, I was reading in bed, so I want to put reading time at the bottom. And then we also have, for Wednesday, we also watched the first episode of Ted Lasso Season 3. It was okay. I believe the reviews said that this was the weakest episode of the first 4 episodes, but it was good. It was good to get back into the world of Ted Lasso and be interesting to see where they go from here. And as usual, Jamie Tartt was freaking hilarious with his poopy. If you watched it, you know him and his ridiculous accent. But yeah, so glad Ted Lasso is back. It'll be great to see how the show finishes, because this is the last season. And then for Heidi's birthday, we got steak from Morrison's, because it's one of our celebration meals. It's either steak from Morrison's or Pizza Hut. And that's how we celebrate birthdays. Also, can you believe I ordered all the scripts for all the shows I'm watching on Apple TV last year, and I didn't buy Ted Lasso? So, whatever. But that was the first half of the week. Looking real cute. I love that. I don't have any deco bits to put in this week because this was the old confetti bundle and I only had little bows. So I don't think it really went with this thing. So we won't put any deco bits. Yeah, but that's fine. So Thursday, I didn't put much in here because we didn't do a lot actually. First, I did do a whole bunch of more work. And I also read while I was working. How can we do this? Will the curved box take up a bit more space? Yeah. I'm going to use a big sticker for work this time because I can fit it in and I almost never use these ones. Because first you need the purple and the pink and next it's huge. So it's definitely a half box sticker. I was reading my book while I was working. And then I'm going to put this one down, I think. We binge watched another Apple TV show. This was Shrinking. And oh my god, I highly recommend it. It is so good. So freaking good. Yeah, I loved it. It's actually co-created by Brett Goldstein, who plays Roy Kent in Ted Lasso. He actually co-created and wrote some of the episodes of Shrinking. And it stars Jason Segel and Harrison Ford. Oh my god, it's just so good. Everyone in it is so freaking funny and good. But like, it's really, really funny, but at the same time, it's grappling with, grief. Because it's about Jason Segel and his wife has, I gave myself no room to write Shrinking here. It's about Jason Segel's character. His wife died in a car accident about a year prior to that of what we're watching. And he's kind of just been a mess and just numbed himself for a whole year, but he has a teenage daughter and his neighbor's been looking after her basically. And he's actually, yeah, so it's really good, but really funny as well, just sort of grappling with grief in a bit more, a less schmaltzy way, I think, in my opinion. But we binge watched the whole 8 episodes have been out by this point. So we watched all 8 episodes in that day, because they're only about 30 minutes long, and then the new episode came out on Friday. So we watched the 9th episode of Shrinking on Friday, and then it has one more episode, and then it's finished for the season. But I do believe it's been renewed for a second, so I'm so happy. But definitely try out Shrinking. I think it's got a lot of hype everywhere, especially with Harrison Ford, who is excellent in it. But it lives up to the hype, in my opinion. And then we had Bastard Burger for dinner, and I had bad sleep this night. I think I was just struggling to sleep. Like, I don't know, even though I'd woken up early, I was struggling. And that really sucks. Because, like, I try to do the good thing, and I'm tired. You know, I've been working all day, but I still struggled to sleep, which really sucked. Sorry, just messing with the focus there. Friday, I had a wax haul go up. I think that was the one where it was an Andrea D stash. So it's the stuff that she sent to me from her collection to get rid of it. And then I had to finish up my custom for Andrea on this day. I had to draw. I think I had the people left. But I got that done, was able to send the files over. So that's what this first half of the day is all about. Get some more work. Add send files. Always so satisfying to do so. And then, oh yeah, we got, I didn't really have a sticker for this, so I just used what I could find in my food collection, but we got Farfa's, which is falafel pita, falafel pita. And yeah, so I didn't like have any like neutrally falafel stickers. I don't know, I just don't. But we got that, and then we also got our first bottle of Seema for the season. So Seema is a very mildly alcoholic, I guess it's like a mead, I don't know. But you can make it at home, but we've just been buying this one brand, and it only comes out seasonally around May Day. It's like a Vapu May Day celebration drink, and it comes out seemingly about mid-March for the first time. And we freaking love Seema, so I had to mark in that we got our first bottles of it because it's so freaking delicious. It's always good to remember when they come out so we can go out and get some. Last year we dined heavily upon it. Then the year before that, though, we totally missed the whole season and didn't have any Seema. Like, what's wrong with us? But this time we got some bottles, so we're happy. Then we watched the new season, the new episode of Shrinking. And then it was planning time before I went to bed. But yeah, love, oh my god. I laughed throughout the whole of Shrinking, just so much laughs. I love Jason Segel, so if you also loved him as Marshall in How I Met Your Mother, and also Forgetting Sarah Marshall, like, he's great. He's great. I love him. So Saturday, and also, what is it with Apple having amazing TV shows? Everyone that I've watched so far has been so good. So I might start from the bottom here because I have the movie marquee to put in, because we had our usual movie challenge. You know, we do that every Saturday. And this one was, okay, I'm going to put a little thing here. And this week's prompt was a movie relating to Ireland. I assume because it was St. Patrick's Day this week, which is why we got the Irish theme. And I went with a newer film, but not too new. I was considering Banshees of Inisherin because that was just in the Oscars, and it looks really good, and I'll eventually watch it. But we ended up getting Belfast, which was Kenneth Branagh's semi-autobiographical film, and that won an Oscar of the year. It was out for best screenplay. So we watched Belfast, and it was good. I think I'll give it 3.5. It wasn't amazing, but it wasn't terrible. It was a very interesting little look about this kind of the very beginning of the Troubles in Belfast in 1969 when he was a kid, and his neighborhood kind of dealing with that, but it's from the Protestant point of view, because I feel like most of the time it's from the Catholic point of view. I mean, both sides I don't know. I'm not going to get into the Troubles. I will say, though, that my family comes from there. But my dad and his dad moved in the 50s, so they didn't quite get into the Troubles, but a lot of the family have moved out of there by then, but So I did relate on that sense. But my family was Protestant as well. But to me, I'm just like, why? But, that's those conflicts for you, but I thought it was a good film. And it was mostly shot in black and white, which is interesting. And then every time we went to see a film or a play, the films and the plays were in color, but they were watching it in black and white. I thought that was really cool. It's sort of seeing films and plays was sort of an escape for him. That's what it felt like in the narrative. So I thought that was really interesting. And then before we watched the movie, we just had some TV time, just watching random TV. And then I did some filming. I filmed my April kit lineup because it was about time. I mean, I'd already pretty much settled on that for ages. So I thought, you know what, I should probably get this done. So it was that half of the evening. But the first part of the day, I left the apartment. And I refilled my birth control prescription. I think I had my last one on Saturday, so I had to go and refill that. But for the first time, I went to our new chemist, which is located below us. We didn't actually have a chemist in our area before that. And oh my god, this chemist, it was so much easier. It was empty, but 4 people working. So I just walked in and was like, hey, can I refill this script? And it was all done. It was so quick and easy. Compared to going into the city and going to a really busy one and having to do a number and blah, blah, blah. So great to have a chemist right down below. And they've got all the stuff we need. So whenever we need to refill things, it's right there, down below us. Literally below us. And then I had to pop off to Kmarket, the supermarket, because I had a book that I bought that was waiting for me in the automatic post box thing there. So I bought a physical copy of The Last Unicorn by Peter S. Beagle, which was one of my last art sets. Lilac Wood is based on that book. I made that version into that kind of thing. And I finally want to just reread the whole book because, it's really good. And then we just watched some Simpsons, and I did a big old brush of Heidi because we're in springtime now and she's going to be molting. And Norwegian forest cats tend to need a brush in spring because they have a double coat and she's going to lose the bottom. So good to give her a brush. Also, I used up all of my The Simpsons scripts. I had a ton of them, but I finally used them up. But it's good to use up sticker sheets, But it's still very sad when I finished them. Alright. And then Sunday we went out again. We were considering doing the whole big trip and doing all of these things in one go. But I don't know, I thought maybe it'd be better to split the trip up over 2 days, and then also we end up, going outside for some fresh air 2 days instead of just one. So I needed to go. So this was like right around our area this day, and then this day we had to walk down to the post office, which is like a 10-minute walk, the opposite way where we went on Saturday. And then on the way there, so I had to pick up a box, like a Happy Meal thing from the post office, and then on the way we stopped at the recycling room so we could recycle our metals and glass, because we can't actually recycle them in our own room. Like our building doesn't have bins for metal and glass, so we had to go down to the shared, like, communal recycling room to do that. I think I'm gonna put a fancy label here for this, and then this. And then I don't know what else I want to put in. I think this box will fit though, but I don't have anything for it yet. It'll probably end up being reading time, because I really do have to catch up on my book. But I'm just going to use these cute little cat shoes for going to Posty, because, I had to wear shoes to walk down there. I don't know, but it goes with the spread, and I want to use them because I don't get to use them much. And then I use this recycling bag icon. I think it's supposed to be thrifting, but we also take our glass and metals in a bag to the recycling room, so that works out for that. Yeah, because they separate all the rubbish here in Finland, but it is a bit annoying to have to go to a separate room to recycle those, but oh well. We just keep 2 bags, one for glass, one for metal, in our bin area in the kitchen, and then when they get full, we're going to take them down. Then for lunch, we ordered Subway because we're feeling lazy after doing all that walking, and then we actually had a nap. And I just put with my love because I didn't have a big nap script. I already used the one earlier in the week, and but Locke and I both napped, as did Heidi. So we all napped. And now I'm just marking that I'm doing this filming. And then for this day, I'll probably end up putting reading or something. I gotta read in here. I might as well just put it in now, right? Because I have the stickers here, and I'll just use the read from the... we're going the opposite way, Jess. We're going the opposite way. I'll show my little reading bunny, because I do have to get on my book and get it done. Yeah, again, so that's the finished week. That's where we're at. There's probably no point in putting in dinner stuff. I think we're having sausages and mash, a very typical Australian, British dinner. So let me put this all away, and in here we'll turn manual focus off so we can actually zoom out and you won't be confused. Alrighty. There's the finished spread. Oh my god, I love it. I actually really love this in this color block. I think like the way the purple goes into the pink looks really pretty. I think this looks so perfect, and because I had the perfect balloons for Heidi. And yeah, I don't know, I love this spread. It's so pretty. So that's what we have left over. And the fact that I can still color block even with this old format. I mean, I used a lot of the stickers. It kind of works out though that I didn't do too much every day because I was working so hard. Look at me, I worked 4 days this week. That's crazy. I did a little work on Saturday too. I was just preparing for my next thing. I think I'm gonna finally do my Eid set, and it should release on Thursday, so hopefully tomorrow, if you're watching this the day this goes up, I will have it all done. And then I got customs to do, so we've got plenty more work to get done. But yeah, this ended up being a good week, and hopefully I can keep it up with my social media detox, I guess we'll call it, and also try to sleep at night and work during the day. Yeah, let's keep it up. Give me fingers crossed and send me good vibes for this week. I know this is Wednesday, you're watching this, but hopefully it's been going well and the rest of the week will go well. I also kind of want to do a thing where I kind of want to try and leave the apartment once a week, just to get out and get some fresh air, even just like walk down the road and back up again. I don't know. Now this hopefully won't be so icy anymore. That will hopefully be more doable, but yeah, I'll stop yapping at you, and I hope you enjoyed this plan with me. Thank you for joining me. I hope you got whatever you needed to do done, or just to chill. I hope I helped you relax. But otherwise, yeah, let me know what you thought down below, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye. I love you. Bye bye.